Good evening, YouTube. This is Kaylin Strain coming at you with my regular Sunday night stream. And I have decided to go ahead and do this Russian OPRP single meal. I tried to look for a menu number, but I could not find one. This was sent to me by Booger Butt and Booger Butt, along with some of the other goodies that I showed. And this comes in this nifty little camo box with a handle. It has a plastic overwrap. There's nothing on the outside except for this list that has the contents, and it even has some of the nutritional information. The Sunshine Side of Life, Curious Pete, In the House, Angry Blacksmith has come in. It has a production date of November 29 of 2019, and it has Best Buy date of October 29, 21. But actually that's wrong because Best Buy is today. And it has this plastic, and I thought, you know, I don't think I'm even going to need a knife to open this thing, because this plastic is rather thin, and it just leaves a little place where you can just rip into it right here. So I'm going to go ahead and rip off this plastic. Have a bag off to the side that I will use for my trash because I want to keep this little box. So it just opens up like this. And they nicely packed it with a piece of cardboard on top to protect the contents, which is pretty darn awesome. So that's very nice of the packer to do this. So that's pretty nifty. And then inside here's another list of the contents, all in Russian. And this is probably some other instructions that the person in the field would use. I did check out some of the translation earlier. Just wanted to make sure that I would be able to eat the contents, and it has beef as the main. And check out this accessory kit. I'll open this in a second, but it's in a neat little Ziploc bag. Got the fuel tabs and the foldable stove, which I won't use, but I save all these. These become part of my emergency supplies. We've got 2 packs of crackers, these green label. I'm not sure which ones these actually are. I'm going to set the box off to the side so that I can put these out. Now this can take a bit of a ding, but this is the vegetable caviar, and it's a pretty good size portion of it, but no leaking, so that's good. Little ding right there, but I think that one will be fine. Then we have the main here, which is a beef kasha. And I'm guessing it's buckwheat. I had a heck of a time trying to translate it. So, but I got the beef. What I'm doing is I turn this up slightly. A dub C's in the house, thanks for dropping in. Should make it easier to open this up after I pull it out of the boiling water. And here's a big old packet of sugar. See, this is... This is a 20-gram pack, I think. Oh, yep, 20 grams. See, right above my thumbnail is the 20. Might be hard to see that, but there's a 20, and then, oop, there we go. Then the Russian, it looks like an R, but it's actually the letter Ga. That'd be equivalent to the G. Here are 2 water purification tablets with instructions in a little Ziploc bag. It's pretty nice. And haven't seen these in a while, but this is the twin pack wet wipes. Yep, here goes. One would be for, they're both the same. In fact, I've used them, both of these on my hands at various times when I need, or I go into a grocery store and I would take one of these to wipe down a cart or something like that. So there's 2 of these wipes, one for utensils and one for your paws. Here is a Russian black tea, which I like. Booger butt in the house. And here is the Russian apple butter in what looks like more of a commercial type packaging, but I've never seen this one before, but I'm looking forward to trying it. And that is all for the box. I am going to keep this box because this is a nifty little box. Got this pretty good sized handle on it. I'm going to put that back there. I'll open up this, set the fuel tablets aside because I won't be using those. Don't need the water purification tablets tonight. And I'll put the wipes aside. And in here, we got salt and a thin scrubbing cloth. And this is super thin, but you can open it up. There is Foreign Marie in the house dropping that super chat saying hello. Thanks for dropping in. But this is a pretty neat little thing to have. And then got this little thing to punch into the can. So that is everything that's in the Ziploc bag. So we got a spoon, which is shorter than my foreignamory.com spork. I got some pepper. Actually, 2 packets of salt. Yeah, I don't know if that was an oops or if that was intentional, but 2 packets of salt. No flameless ration heater. And no cold drink. I thought there would be a cold drink. But that's okay. I did bring out a bottle of water. I see dark matter in the house. James Ortiz is here. I'm just going back seeing who else might have come in. I think I'm caught up. So I'm going to put the tea bag in my foreign MRE mug. And I put the sugar packet aside because although I like sugar in my hot tea, I don't want to open up this huge pack, so I will just get a smaller amount that I would normally use. And then what I will also do is I'm going to go ahead and put this into my pot to get it boiling. And then I'll be right back. I'm going to pour the water in off camera so that I don't give you all a steam bath. Okay, I am back. I'm going to check the chat. See, Mike is in the house. Thanks for dropping in. A little crooked there. This is the first time I've seen a Russian ration that didn't have a cold drink in it. But that's okay. Like I said, if I want a cold drink, I did bring a bottle of water in my drinking jar. Or I could just drink out of the bottle. So I will put the tea back there to steep. Open up one of these cracker packs to start. I do enjoy these Russian crackers. Looks like All of them in this pack survived. Sorry about the shaking, it's just that this table and my foam mount are not the most stable things, but yeah, they do the job. That's what the bottom of the cracker looks like. I'm going to open up this vegetable caviar. It looks like it has it's got different vegetables in there, so it's probably a blend of all of these. Sometimes these things can be a little difficult to open, but I'm getting it. There we go. Let's see, I'm gonna turn this rim up, just try to contain it as I open it. This is very, very oily. In fact, I'm gonna put this right here, and I'm gonna go into the kitchen and wash my paws, and I'll be right back. I am back. Sonia in the house. Thanks for dropping in. First time I've seen your name here. Welcome. The Russian apple butters, I've had several brands, and some of them are slightly different, but they're all basically the same. It's not a sweet like an apple jelly. And I don't see a notch on here, but I can fix that. I'm just going to cut a little corner off of here. And I'm going to put some of this on the cracker so you can get an idea of what it looks like. This is a lighter brown than some that I've had. Yossi in the house, all the way from Israel. Thanks for dropping in. First time seeing you here. Glad you got to come in and see what I got going on. Again, this is the Russian apple butter. And for those that have come in late, this is a Russian OPRP. I could not find a menu number on this one. This is a single meal in this nifty little camel box, which I'm keeping. There's no cold drink, but I did bring out a water bottle anyway. I'm actually going to see if I can adjust this a little bit so you can see more of the tray. So I opened up one of these cracker packs. I got tea in here steeping. And this thing right here, this vegetable stuff, it kind of looks like a sauce. It's known as a Russian vegetable caviar. And it's quite oily. And I'm going to go ahead and take a bit first on the cracker. This one seems to have more of the taste of the other vegetables. It doesn't taste as much like a canned spaghetti sauce. So there's like red bell pepper in here. I think there's zucchini. I'm almost getting a cabbage taste. But yeah, this is a little bit of a change from what they have been. Let's see, puppy breath. Let's see, did she come in? I probably have to scroll back farther in the chat, but yeah, this tastes more like the other vegetables that are in here than just like a pasta sauce. And these crackers, I think, are a wheat cracker. They taste like a wheat cracker. Taste this Russian apple butter. This is a little bit sweeter than some apple butters, but it's not so sweet that it's like, too artificially sweet. You get the natural sweetness of the apple, and it's really good. I like this one. Apple pew? No, it's not. This is good stuff, Pete. This Russian apple butter is good stuff. Again, I have liked every Russian apple butter that I've got my paws on. I'm going to go ahead and take the tea bag out of here now that it's done its thing. This is my favorite Ration tea out of the ones that I've tried. And that just went into the trash bag that I have off to the side. I'll take a taste of this tea. Yeah, just a little bit of sweetness. It's got good tea flavor. That 20-gram sugar pack would have been way too much. Now I see puppy breaths coming, so that's good. I'm going to go ahead and have another dip into this. Some of these vegetable chunks are a lot bigger in this than they've been in the past. Again, it's very oily, but I'll live with it. I'm kind of mixing it up with my foreign emery spork. So there is a bit of the red bell pepper that's in there. And that is really good. So my main should be done. Wow. That sounds like it must have been a bugger to deal with, a booger butt. So we have not had any rain that bad here, but the eastern states have gotten drenched, not as bad as parts of Germany and Belgium, but they've gotten a rain. So anyway, my main should be done by now. I'm gonna go get it and then bring it back and open it up. Yeah, I am back. I'm going to move the tray over so I can put this here. Now I use this thing to carry my mains in after I take them out of the pot. And I just bring a paper towel to dry it off so it's easier to handle. And I'm surprised the label didn't come off, but it is all there. Now the can right here took a bit of a ding, but it's still opening up. These foil tins like to bend up on you. But I'll be dumping it out onto the tray anyway. There we go. And here is the beef kasha. This does not seem as dry. So this is a big chunk of the beef. This has a bit of a tartness, so this one is a little different. But it's still good. The buckwheat is really soft. There's another chunk of the meat, and it looks like a bit of fat on there right there. So this is actually pretty good. I'm not getting the herb flavor that sometimes these have. Like sometimes you can taste a bay or some other herb flavor in there. But I still like it. Oh, it would be nice if the buckwheat part just had a little bit more firmness. But, you know, when it sits in a can like that for a little bit of time, you know, it'll get soft. Oops. Sorry about that. Bumped the phone out. So I'm going to go back through the chat. Well, thanks for dropping in, Angry Blacksmith. If you can catch it on replay later, some do watch the replays after because they can't make the live, but you know, that's okay. Looks like one of these crackers broke up a little bit, but it's okay. I'm going to break it up a little more. I'm going to put some of this on here. There is the Carlos Perry in the house. And he is back in his own home, which is good. After spending a good amount of time in the hospital and in a rehab facility, best place to recover is back in your own home. So good to see you back on here. And hopefully you're still just focusing on your recovery. Well, this isn't, it would be more of a hash if it had potatoes, but this has no potatoes in it. And it's got a different flavor than the corned beef hash does. Some people may not go for this kind of food, but I do. And the meat is not overly processed, which is another good thing about this. It tastes, like I said earlier, it has a bit of a tartness to it. It may be due to some of the ingredients that this particular company put in their kasha that I've not had before. Usually it doesn't have this tartness to it, but to me it's not off-putting, it's not offensive, it's just different. But the buckwheat, yeah, it's very, very soft. But you can still taste the flavor, and the beef is like just chunked beef that may have been partially shredded. And the fat has been left on the meat on some pieces. There's a lot more of the buckwheat than the beef itself, so they weren't overly generous on the meat. Wide Family Farm in the house. Thanks for dropping in. What you're looking at is the contents of this Russian single meal OPRP ration. I don't know the menu number, I couldn't find it on here, but it's a beef kasha, which is like a savory porridge. Kasha means porridge in Russian, but this is the savory kind. The sweet kashas would be the breakfast type with raisins or other fruit. A Wide Family Farm, for those that have not seen her channel, she has some really awesome looking chickens, especially the Polish one that looks like she's wearing a hat. And she puts up videos of the garden and some other stuff that they do. And she does live streams. There's Gardener Josh in the house. Thanks for dropping in. First time seeing you here. This right here is commonly referred to as a vegetable caviar. And this particular one is quite oily, but it's got red bell pepper. I'm kind of getting a cabbage taste. And this particular one does not have as much of the tomato taste as some of the other versions that I've had do. But it's still very good. I got tea to drink. There was no cold drink powder included in this ration, but I wasn't sure, so I did bring a bottle of water. And this is a Russian apple butter. This is really, really good apple butter. These are really, really good apple butters. I've had several different versions, as I've said earlier, and these are absolutely awesome. In fact, I'm going to put a little bit more on this piece of cracker. And this is a pretty big pouch of it, so I guess the intent of this ration, you eat one pack of these crackers with apple butter and one pack with the vegetable caviar, or put some of the beef kasha on it. There you go. Yosta gave you the hint. Do a thumbs up. Also, if anyone drops the thumbs down, that's okay, because it's still an interaction that the YouTube system accepts, and you get a credit for that, I guess. I got some of these little bits of cracker here. I might just throw them in here just to maybe give a little crunch. I would definitely call this real food, because this is nothing at all like what you would get in a USMRE or even some British rations. Not as many ingredients, not as many preservatives, not a lot of the artificial stuff. It may not have as long of a shelf life, but it's still really good. And you get a good sized portion of these. Oh, that'll be good, Carlos. You'll probably enjoy that one. If it's the same type of ration as this one in the Camel box, you may not get a cold drink powder. That's okay. You get a tea. And the Russian tea is my favorite. I might try putting some of this in here just for the heck of it. I'm mixing the vegetable caviar in with this. Now, doing that actually cuts out that tart taste. And it adds a bit of a vegetable flavor to this. Putting that in definitely makes this taste better. Although it's still good to just dip the crackers in it. Oh, because it's so oily, it really doesn't want to stay on the cracker unless you spoon it on. I'm putting some more of the veggie goodness in here. If I had this out in the field and I had the means to actually fry this, I probably would try that. I think it would be an interesting way to prepare it. You know, just dump it out of the tin and fry it so I could stir it up a little bit. Oh, sorry, no cheese here. I do like the Russian cheese. If I could buy a bunch of that, I would. Put more of this apple butter on this cracker. I would love to buy this apple butter in a store too. It is that good. I know it wouldn't hold a candle to homemade apple butter, but it's really good. Oh, no doubt. I would love to try some their apple butter, but I have not been to the farmer's market since I did a little video shoot of the opening one. But maybe next Saturday I'll go and do another look around, since I'm already pretty much broke for the month after paying bills and doing laundry in a laundromat. And when you only get money once a month, it it can be a little bit more difficult, but I still do what I can. But the Amish family that does come to the farmer's market here, their breads are awesome. And they make whoopie pies. Those sell out as fast as they put them out on their table. But this family is best known for their breads and their pies. Well, that's it for the kasha. I'm going to move this to here. Now these crackers are nowhere near as hard as a real hardtack, and they're not as hard as the crackers, the caraway seed crackers that you get in Polish and Lithuanian rations. So it takes a little bit to break them, but they don't crumble as easy as the U.S. crackers. I try to dip one of those in here, it would just fall apart. I have never heard of a corn dodger. So I have no idea what that is. But it sounds good. That sounds interesting. It'll be interesting to try one of those. I think I just ate a piece of carrot out of there. It was orange, so I don't know if it was an orange bell pepper or or carrot. Well, there you go. That sounds like a good one. I'm just scrolling back through the chat. Yes, they are. And when you look at a whoopie pie, if you have seen those boxes of the oatmeal cream pie cookies, it looks like a soft oatmeal cookie with a cream filling. It's like that, but bigger, but chocolate. And the cream filling is a little different. But I have had the Amish whoopie pies that are made here, and they're really, really good. I think my favorite breads that I've had from the Amish that come to the farmers market here are, they do a pizza bread, and they do a seed bread, which is a multi-grain bread with different seeds in it, like maybe flax seed. I'm not sure what all seeds they put in it, but it's a really, really hearty bread. And the pizza bread does have that pizza flavor to it because of the spices and I think they do put maybe some tomato juice in it. I'm just scrolling back through the chat again. Yep. People have said if they watch my streams, they get hungry. Yep. Nothing like a bit of food porn. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Now, these apple butter packs would also be good to take, say if you're going on a long walk or a hike. And even if you don't have any crackers, you just knock a corner off it. You can just squeeze it right out of the bag. And eat it that way. Gives you a bit of an energy boost. And to handle a sweet craving. There are some good ration pâtés out there, but I wouldn't eat all of them, obviously, because I don't eat pork. Oh, those are awesome to go to. You can find a lot of ingredients and different foods that you would not find in other stores. I thought about saving this other pack of Russian crackers, but I'm just going to go ahead and open it up. I'm just going to do it this way. It's easier than trying to dip this stuff. Oh, these crackers are awesome. There are a few different varieties, but I have a hard time remembering which label color means which type, but I think these might be the wheat crackers, but I'm not sure. Then they do just a regular white cracker, and then there's another one with brown, similar writing, but it's brown, and I'm not sure what that one is, but I've had those and I like them all. Oh, I love crabs. In fact, when we had a family get together earlier, like for Mother's Day, we had crab as part of a full seafood boil type of thing. It had crab, it had crawfish, it had mussels. And then we also had shrimp. And they put new potatoes in there, and they put corn, like corn cobs that were cut into pieces about that long. Oh man, was that good. And in one bag, there was even boiled eggs. And you'd think that would be weird, but that was awesome. It was just darn good stuff. In fact, what we didn't eat that day, we split it between us. So I had like 3 meals out of what I brought home. Yep, garlic does. So I like putting garlic in a lot of things. If I do instant mashed potatoes, I'll throw a little garlic powder, granulated garlic in it. Yeah, I have to leave the sauerkraut off because I'll just say it doesn't agree with me. And, I had it as a kid at my school that I went to in Nebraska when I was young, and I'll just say that meal did not get completed. And I've never eaten sauerkraut since. But yet I'll eat other fermented food like kimchi and something along that line. I'll eat that. It was the best kimchi that I've had. Was made by a fellow Iowa YouTuber. In fact, I won it in a giveaway from AOK Foraging and Adventures. And that was some really, really awesome kimchi. That was delicious. There is CR in the house. Thanks for dropping in. You missed the beef kasha. I'm just gonna try to get the rest of this on this cracker. There's not much of this left. Now this is vegetables, it's too thick to be a sauce, but not thick enough to be a pate. And this one tastes less like tomato than the other ones that I've had. I mixed some of it in my beef kasha, and the grain was buckwheat. Sometimes the kashas are made with rice. My all-time favorite ration was the French RCIR 24-hour ration that had ostrich with vegetables. it looked like a dark red meat as opposed to most poultry, which is lighter color, like chicken or turkey. Or similar birds. I think duck is darker, but I think the ostrich, if I've had duck, I don't think I've ever had duck meat, but what I've seen, it looks dark, but the ostrich meat is darker. It doesn't taste all that gamey, at least the way they were treating it in that particular ration. That was from 2015, and I had it in 2017. But that one is my favorite out of all of the rations that I've had. Wide Family Farm, thanks for dropping in. If you like to see farm stuff, homesteading type stuff, cool looking chickens, go check out Wide Family Farm. And then her husband has a channel, Courtney's husband, and he puts up some videos of what they do. I'd say the weirdest meat I have eaten was actually some, they're called silkworms. They're an Asian favorite. And when I did a day hike with TAC from AOK Foraging and Adventures and Redbird 491, TAC brought a pack of the silkworms. They've already been cooked, but they were cold packed. But they actually had a very distinct taste. So we shot that for a series that Tack and Brenda do called What the Food Friday. They actually post up late Thursday night, but they put those videos up late Thursday night because Tack works and Brenda is healing after having a knee replacement surgery. But they test different foods, like different flavored potato chips that are popular in Asia, some other snacks. And so we did the silkworms. And I thought they're very interesting flavor. But I think if I ever get silkworms again, I would actually fry them in butter. And they're really no longer than this little piece of cracker. But they do have, protein in them, so they're a good protein source. So in a survival situation, if you had access to silkworms, then you have something that can keep you going for a while. clams. Putting more of this. Dang, this stuff is good. Best thing you can get out of a Russian ration. Oh wow, I bet that is interesting. I'm assuming conch would taste like a snail. Although I've never had snails. But I'm assuming that because it is related to snails, that it would probably taste like that. Although I could be wrong. Oh, okay. Now, I do like clams. In fact, I have some canned clams in my one of my can stacks. My late dad's favorite meal was linguine and clam sauce. And when my parents were celebrating their 47th anniversary, we had that. And it was just the next day that my dad's health really started to go south. So that was the last real meal that he had before he died. Again, like I said, I've never had snails of any kind. But in some places they are a delicacy or they're an everyday food. I'm just going back through the chat. Oh, Man 121 has done some interesting food things. And his brother, Bones Yard, also does some. Really interesting. Yeah, plus other stuff. Yep. A few years ago, I was sent some dried Asian, I think they're Japanese, dried meat snacks with different flavors. Those are pretty interesting. those were sent to me. I can't remember who sent them to me. I'd have to go back and look at that video. But I actually enjoyed all of those. Yeah. Yeah, now lobster is a prized delicacy. Now, we have lobster in that meal on Mother's Day, too. And that lobster was delicious. Oh, bugger. I'm out of apple butter. Got the last out of the packet. Oh, the problem is the claw might be too thin, too delicate. And if you're really scraping hard on that ferro rod, it could easily break right out. What you want is something that's a lot harder, like an antler, like a deer antler, or maybe a solid piece of bone. That would work out a whole lot better than something out of a crab, because it would just break. Yeah, that's another thing. If you resin the crap out of it, and you'd have to get a really, really quality resin that would hold up to hard use. Nathan 4071 has done some handles where the piece he's working has a void in it, and he either fills it with resin or something that he calls CA glue. And that fills the void and just keeps solid. And then he's still able to turn and carve it on his lathe. Well, thanks for coming in. I'm probably going to call this good anyway, since I've pretty much eaten everything except for these bits of cracker. But next week, actually, I'm going to go into my box. I'm going to open it and pull out the next thing that's in line. So next week will be this meal cold weather, menu 10. Scrambled eggs with cheese, Western style. This one was packed by Sapaco. So Warnick does some of these and Sapaco does some of these. And Warnick does not put date codes on their bags. But this is white, so it'll be hard to see the date code, but this is from 2019. So this has a main that's made by Mountain House. So if you want more breakfast options as far as American rations go, these meal cold weathers, there are 2 other breakfast ones. There's one that has, I think, ham in it, and then another one that has sausage. So when you get a Mountain House made out of one of these, you would get at least double the amount of food that was in the kasha, if not more. In fact, it might be triple once it's all reconstituted. So I got this from foreignamory.com. Same place where I got this spork. And this cup. So this will be on the tray for next week. So I'm definitely looking forward to trying that. But anyway, I want to thank you all for watching. And again, I thank foreignamory.com for dropping that super chat. So go check out their YouTube channel for some of their latest videos. Art reviews, some rations, and they do unboxings of deliveries when they get new inventory in. And some of their videos are actually contest videos, so you never know when they might be doing a giveaway off of one of their videos. But anyway, I do want to thank you all for watching, and catch you on the flip side.